Hello, everyone. I'm Jane, and I am hoping that you're doing so well wherever you are in this now moment. There are so many changes that are occurring right now, and so many energetic shifts that are happening that I am very inspired to hop on and share. So, my invitation is to take everything that I share with a grain of salt, and I am going to share probabilities and possibilities of what is going to happen and with with a with a reminder that nothing is set in stone and that we actually ultimately get to create the way this game of life plays out. So I want to talk about um, this energetic shift that I have felt recently, like started yesterday. I'm feeling it today. I feel like it's going to also be in the mix tomorrow. And you may be experiencing this as well. I'm seeing a lot of people in the field, in the collective, that are feeling a lot of just emotions. Like those that are brave and willing to feel the depths of their emotions, they're like feeling the depths of their emotions. Um, People are really at a point where they're like, I need to stop and I need to get my shit straight. And they don't know how. I do. I don't really know anything, actually. I just guide people to the truth as I see it in the now. But anyway, so this shift, yo. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about this flood that's coming. So the flood, imagine this flood of light, love, compassion, which is also going to be met with a lot of meh kind of feeling things. It's the rebalance, the reset, it's all of that. So this flood that's coming, there, what I see is something calling it forth, like beckoning this flood. And it's a force. It's a force of energy that is calling forth, almost like calling forth your lover to know that you're going to create some like amazing thing together, that you're ready to like literally unite in love. And it's going to be messy, it's going to be dirty, just going to get like just stuff everywhere, like all the juices flowing, like it's all over the place. So that's what I see happening with this flood. And this flood is going to start it's going to be perceived differently at different times by different people. So for some, it's going to be like, holy tsunami, Batman. And for others, it's going to be like, is that a trickle? What is that? I want to know more about this. Okay. So this flood that's being called forth, it's I'm going to share the perspective of both sides of what is calling it forth, and then you can uh, give definition and meaning to what you feel to be the most true for you. So the I'm going to give both sides and okay, you're just going to, I hope, please follow along because this is how it's coming through and it's how it's been coming through. So we have um I don't want to say like good and evil, light, dark. I don't want to put duality to it, but two different forces or two different coins of the two different sides of the coin are being played for us to find that we're all one coin. So I'm going to talk about these two sides of the coin. They're calling this great change forward, this great flood. So um the one side, we'll say, of the coin of this calling forth of great change is the remembrance that we are free, that we are sovereign, that we are independent, that we're made to be interdependent, that we're made to be in community, we're made to be in family, we're made to be in love, we're made to be in ease, we're made to be in joy, we're made to be in abundance. Like we are made to be in love and in harmony. Like that's literally what we're made for. And so as more people remember that and start to declare it and reclaim it, they start to be it. And all the things that they think, say, and do and create are in alignment and reflection to that itself. so that they are creating businesses that are in harmony to life itself. People are creating relationships with whomever that are in harmony to life and with life itself. Like people are living in and as more love. Woo, yay. So what that does is that calls forth this river, this flood of change, because it's like calling forth resources, really. It's calling forth divine help, divine grace. It's calling forth cosmic wisdom and intelligence and angelic support and all of the things. It's literally calling that forth because as the I am is doing those things and creating those things, it inspires it in others. We're like tuning forks. We literally emanate a sound frequency, a sound current. So if I am creating a life in love and I am creating a business in love and I'm creating words in love, then it literally will pour out and around me and it's going to tune like a little tuning fork, people around me and those that are with eyes to see and ears to hear, they literally will be attuned to that and they'll be like, oh, what's that? I'm doing something like that too, or I want to do something like that too. So it's like calling forth like support here in human form as well. So this great flood is also coming in the form of humans, this great flood of change. Now, as we're calling all this like goodness forward to support um, life on earth, to support loving the earth as a divine expression of source, as literally the magic and medicine that we'll ever need forever and ever. Amen. Like everything is here on this planet. And when we remember that and we love it, then like we literally start to live in harmony with nature. Nature will start to take care of us in bigger ways than we can even imagine. But anyway, so we're calling all this forth, right? So then you have this other side of the coin that's calling forth this great form of change because they too want to have a reset. This side wants a reset so we can live as heaven on earth. This side wants a reset so that it is like full on control through the lens of fear. The only way to control humanity is through fear. We can like dissect it and cut it up and say that it's through guilt and shame and judgment. And yes, all that is true. The predominant means, though, to control humanity is through fear alone. A way that people can feel the most fear is through confusion, feeling lost, helpless, hopeless. Like those are really big fears because it pulls at the heart. Like you can be afraid of spiders, but it's not really going to affect your heart. It might affect your heart rate, you know. But if you fear that you're going to be helpless if you see someone being hurt in your front yard, it's like that, oh, it's like compassion and fear and it's so much feeling, right? So this side is calling forth these changes of flood and they're doing it through control and fear, propaganda, what else? And the way this is looking, this is what I really want to talk about because I'm finding it fascinating. So what's happening in the political arena is um it's like grasping for straws at this point. It's like this little dog and pony show of division, which feeds fear. It does. Division feeds fear because if there's division, then I don't feel supported. I feel like there's always going to be someone against me. Then it's going to feed the lack programs and the 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 programs of not enoughness. Like I'm not enough, or there's not enough support or supplies or resources or whatever. Division is a really messed up um, program to use as propaganda. And it's literally what the system is doing. And they have been for a long time now. So they're calling forth new ways to divide people. And they're adding this whole big like of confusion. And the way I see that going down is through this political time where, you know, it's we just had the presidential whatever debate with the two old dudes, two old white men, and ugh, like it's like like you don't even really want to look at it because it's just ugh. And the people on this side don't look at it. Like a lot of them don't even know what's actually happening. And then there's this whole other population that's all they can focus on, and they don't even believe that there could actually be heaven on earth, right? So anyway, so this side is pulling creating fear propaganda through the political realm. And what I see happening is that something's going to happen with Biden, and he's either going to step down, be told he's unfit, whatevs. And that's going to leave a group of human who have been so anti-Trump that they're going to be like, so they were like everyone I've talked to, because I don't have an affiliation, like I whatever. It's literally it's a show for me. Like I don't whatever. So I asked people like, who do you like? Why do you like them? Why don't you like the other? Da, 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 da. And what I've noticed is that when I've asked people who are pro-Trump, they have reasons why they're pro-Trump, like because he did X, Y, and Z or whatever. And when I ask pro-Biden people why they're pro-Biden, they say because they don't like Trump. So here's the thing about that. If Biden gets pulled out of the game, all those people that were gonna vote for this dude because they don't like this dude, they're gonna be left in a really big conundrum of, oh my God, what do I do? Well, there you go. Fear starts to come in because now it's confusion. Now we're gonna start to get into those like subtle layers of fear, which creates more division. Because and that we have some people that say that they're going to do or take extreme measures if uh, Trump or Biden gets into office, you know, um, from, yeah, just extreme measures. And so this side is calling forth this change. Um, and what I see happening, and this may be a wee bit upsetting. Again, take it with a grain of salt. It's just what I see. I've seen what I see is like I see the whole picture, so I don't want to leave out parts of it just because they might be a little bit upsetting. But what I see is like a really big ploy to create such a deep sense of fear that there will be like war kind of things. I know we already have a bunch of that going on, duh. Um, and more, like more varied weaponry. Um, Biological weapons, psychological weapons, social weapons, spiritual weapons, energy weapons, and then the pew pew weapons, like all of it. So they're just going to start to employ more weaponry. I'm hoping you don't hear the neighbor dog, but if you do, welcome to my now. Um, so in that, these deploying of all these different weapons, which they've been doing. They like from poisoning, water, food supply, soil. Where's the soil? Exactly. I mean, like there's been so much that's been going on for so long. So what they're going to do is they're going to start to really increase the rate of that because they're going to feel like they're losing control while they try to either um I feel like they'll just prop up someone else that will like a Michelle Obama or something where everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, yes, I want to vote for him. Yes, he's great. Mhm. Um, like whatever. And so then it's gonna cause even more division of like, oh no, well, what if I was only voting for Trump because I didn't like Biden? Well, now I want to vote for this dude and oi, 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 oi. So it's going to cause even more of a confusion because the people that are so caught into that game and that web don't see that there is an alternative and that the alternative is to, this sounds so simple, but to like know your neighbors, grow your gardens, reduce your use of things like chemicals, like from in your homes to on your bodies to what you eat. Literally, you clear your mind, you start to connect with humans and earth, and that's literally all we're here to do. Like, that's it. That's it. But until then, what we're going to start to what we might see more of is like more death, more pain, more suffering, more division, more people that don't have homes, more people that don't have food, more people that don't have clean water. All that in the United States. I'm talking only about the United States. The way that the native peoples were treated, and everybody knows how much of a tragedy that's been because it's still going on. That's beside the point. But the way the native peoples were treated, imagine that happening to everybody in the America of the United States, unless you're really wealthy or you've kind of pulled out of that system and you're just seeing it from afar and you're living an ascended life. I mean, I'm definitely pulling for the one side, but I also am very fine with like seeing the other side, experiencing the other side. I don't wanna. Like I don't wanna. I wanna see people have, like affordable options for like organic fruits and vegetables. I don't know why. Like I want to see, neighbors that can come over, knock on your door and be like, "Hey, do you have a cup of milk? Because I need some for my dinner tonight." And then the person, one, opening the door, two, offering it. You know, I remember that's how it was for me growing up. And it's not like that. It doesn't feel like that anymore. And I don't think that everything needs to go back in time. And I feel like that in many ways we're going back in time in ways that I don't like. I don't like it. So anyway, so what I'm seeing is um a wave of energy that's going to come through that is going to at the same time create division, create unity. At the same time as creating hysteria, possibly. Not in like this week. It's for a different timeline, but it's in the nearer future than this week. Um, but as much hysteria that can come about, equally so much peace has the opportunity to prevail. And so I share all this to invite everyone, one, to be a witness to everything that's going to be coming out in the news and the media with the political realm and all these, they call them white flags, um, uh, occurrences that literally take so much of our attention and focus that we can't see the other things that are happening behind the curtain. Whether it's taking the indigenous land, this like little these like little plots of land that the native peeps have been like left to have, and then like literally being annihilated for pipelines and what have you. Like it's tiresome. I find it very tiresome. Not gonna lie. Like I know I am in full faith and trust that everything that's occurring is to lead us to unity and lead us to peace. And at the same time, I'm like, come on, yo. Like, do we have to keep hurting humans? Like, must we really keep digging holes for all these metals and minerals? Like, can we really not just remember that our not so distant relatives had access to what they call free energy? And it was all great and delightful in many ways with advancements before those histories were erased. And when we remember those things and use the anger around it as fuel to fuel our passions, to to create new things because we know that we can, or we get sucked into division, we get sucked into fear, we get sucked into doubt, and we get sucked down, and that just sucks. Like we could literally rise above all of this And so that's the vision I hold, that this wave of change, this flood of consciousness, of possibility and opportunity through the lens of pain and suffering and sorrow and ugh, and through the lens of all the light, delightful things, that through this, that we will be able to coalesce something new together. And so this energetic shift that I felt, that I feel is coming even more. I feel it's going to start happening in more rapid succession. More people are going to start to become very aware, just as much as people are going to get confused. And oftentimes, when the more aware you are, like the more you know, the more confused you may become. Like it's like diet culture. It's like, well, once I learned that fat was bad, then I stopped eating all fat. And it's like, no, 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 no. Like, fat's great. You just got to know what kind of fats. Like, seed oils and hydrogenated fake stuff, like, probably not good fats, or whatever, so like the more you know, the more you get to um invite those knowledge nuggets to show how to use them in the highest good for life itself. That's what I try to do. When I get a new packet of data that comes in, I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? How can I use this in the highest good? But a lot of people aren't open to receiving new bits of data because people get their bits of data from the media and not from source, not from their heart, not from their higher self, not from God, creator, goddess, Pachamama, like whatever you call the wordless wonder. That is the source of infinite intelligence, not artificial intelligence or media created stuff. So the flood of change is coming. The energy is definitely starting to amplify in the succession in which we are getting these big like pulses. And like I see this flood is like it's coming, and it's like it's kind of coming in pulses until it's like, and that's when it's like, okay, I'm gonna change. Or the change is here, or I'm changing, or I look back and I'm like, oh, I have changed. It's all from the perspective that we're at with the now that we recognize the now that we're in. So I hope that this made sense. Um, as the political theater begins to become more and more spicy, do with it as you wish. Vote, don't vote, speak up about it, don't speak up about it, do whatever that feels in alignment for you. My invitation is to not let us divide us. That's the key. That's the key. Whatever it is that you choose to do, please don't allow the division to break the connection between your brothers and sisters that may have differing perspectives or differing desires, right? Like, yeah, some people out there that are just like, I'm not voting. It's a total, it's a drama. It's not even real. And then you have others that are like, no, like my voice actually matters and I need to vote. Who's wrong? Who's right? That neither. It just is. There's no righting and no wronging. And once we get out of the righting and the wronging, we stop the division in its tracks. One divided by one is one. You know, like if we stand as one, if we act as one, if we act as the source of love, the one source of love, as only you can, and accepting that everyone is doing their best, doing the same, however that looks or may not look, then we stay the one. And if we stay the one, we cannot be divided. Like it's like a math equation. It doesn't work. So that's what I wanted to share. So I hope that it lands softly and gracefully, and that um that this message inspires more love, more harmony in your own life. In your own life. however that looks, but in your life, more love and more harmony, like in your body, in your mind, and in your heart. So as we do get these solar flares, that it's like, you may get a headache, you may get tired, you may get frustrated, you may get flustered, but you know what? You're still going to be connected to your love, and that feels good because you're in acceptance of just like whatever pain and discomfort you're in. And then next thing you know, you're on the other side. Boom, that solar incident was complete. It's funny the way it's been affecting me today is like, be still, nap, close your eyes. I'm not meditating and I'm not napping. I'm in this like weird lucid space between all of it. It's very interesting. So, I'm riding it. We'll see what the rest of this day holds. It may be more of that. Who knows? I don't know. I will likely walk down to the water and get my feet in it. Connect with that element. So I'm sending you all so much love. If you're interested in a private one-on-one session with me, please go to janetheguide.com. If you can't book it online, send me an email, please. I am not the most tech savvy and I'm having some challenges with my calendar. Um, but please email me and join the Eternal Now Conscious community. It's a Patreon community where your contributions support this mission. And this mission is through me. So it just supports life for real. And I'm working with some other conscious communities that are really near and dear to my heart that have beautiful missions as well. So keep connected. Send me an email. You'll get on my email list and you'll learn more about ways that you can do things in person with me, from cacao ceremonies to other types of beautiful, intimate gatherings where we connect and love and ascend our consciousness and unite in a lot more fun, harmonious ways. So until then, please take care of yourselves and each other. And remember that you're loved and you are love. And no matter what, we are all going to make it to the same finish line. Death. Yay. So until then, enjoy the ride. Okay. I love you so much. Okay. Bye.